Two sets of impeachment complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte were filed before the House of Representatives on Monday, February 2. The first set of the impeachment complaint was filed by members of the Makabayan Coalition. The group cites three grounds in the impeachment complaint, including the Vice President's alleged betrayal of public trust over the gross abuse of discretionary powers over the 612.5 million pesos in confidential funds from December 2022 until the third quarter of 2023. The complaint also accuses the Vice President of betraying public trust due to her alleged disregard for transparency and for mocking the audit process by ordering subordinates to prepare implausible accomplishment reports supported by supposedly fabricated liquidation reports and falsified documents. The group also cites the Vice President's alleged betrayal of public trust due to her dereliction of official duty, citing her willful refusal to recognize congressional oversight during budget deliberations and its authority to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation. Meanwhile, shortly after the filing of the Makabayan Coalition, a coalition of civil society leaders also filed an impeachment complaint against the Vice President, citing alleged misuse of confidential funds and her purported tolerance of extrajudicial killings. The filing was led by Tindig Pilipinas convener Kiko Aquino D. and religious leaders. They were joined by Akbayan Party List Representative Percy Sendanya and Mamamayang Liberal Party List Representative Laila de Lima, who endorsed the complaint. The complaint lists 5 articles of impeachment, including the Vice President's alleged constitutional violations, graft and corruption, bribery, betrayal of public trust, and other high crimes such as the misuse of billions in confidential and intelligence funds, abuse of power, and tolerance of extrajudicial killings. The impeachment complaints came after the Supreme Court denied with finality the House of Representatives' appeal to overturn its July 25, 2025 ruling that declared the articles of impeachment against Duterte unconstitutional. 3 more bodies were found a week after the tragic sinking of MV Trisha Kirsten in the waters off Baluk-Baluk Island of Basilan Province, bringing the death toll to 40. Among the 3 bodies recovered on Sunday, February 1 was that of Alcaizar Hadjail, a 31-year-old member of the Philippine Coast Guard. Hadjail was a resident of Mampang, Zamboanga City. According to the Basilan Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, his body was found in the waters off Lantawan Town's Barangay Bagpagon around 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. According to the Basilan PDRRMO, the other 2 bodies recovered was that of 70-year-old Haji Abdurajik Jikiri Abdul, a resident of Indanan, Sulu, and another still unidentified. The PCG said it would bring the 3 retrieved bodies to Zamboanga City using a PCG vessel. MV Trisha Kirsten 3, with authorized passenger capacity of 352, left Zamboanga City Port at 9:20 p.m. on January 25 with 332 passengers on its manifest bound for Jolo, Sulu. At 12 a.m. on January 26, the ship sank in the waters off Baluk-Baluk Island of Basilan Province. Of the 40 who were killed in the tragedy, 24 were women and 15 were men. The youngest victim was a 6-month-old infant whose parents survived. Filipino motorists will once again face higher fuel prices in the first week of February as local retailers are set to impose another round of increases starting Tuesday, February 3. In an advisory on Monday, February 2, Sea Oil says the prices of local diesel products will jump for the 6th straight week, this time by 1 peso and 60 centavos per liter. Gasoline's upward adjustments will also continue for a 4th consecutive week with an additional 80 centavos per liter. Kerosene will also enter its 6th straight week of increase, up by 1 peso and 10 centavos a liter on February 3. Jetta Petroleum President Leo Bellas earlier said the potential rise in fuel prices could be pinned on geopolitical tensions, particularly in the Middle East, as they continue to trigger supply fears. An outage at Kazakhstan's biggest oil field may also disrupt supply.